Hello and welcome to Work Hard, Dream Harder. We're just two best friends trying to figure out life and trying to live a life to the fullest. So let's work hard and dream harder together. So today we have had a few technical difficulties. As you maybe know, we record in bulk. We batch record. I say in bulk. We batch record like 2 or 3 episodes in a row because we both have very busy lives. And unfortunately, we've had a few technical difficulties today. And my house is absolutely freezing. So we are currently wrapped up in blankets and jumpers on my sofa. So this one is going to be an audio only, which, I mean, I guess is what you come to expect for the podcast anyway.
Yeah.
So go on, Sarah. What are we chatting about today?
I'd just like to add, do you like comfy, cozy, casual podcasts or the like in the chair with an aesthetic background? Because we were thinking like Emma Chamberlain just sits in her bed. Like, do you vibe with that or do you like something more polished? Because we were thinking we need to work smarter, not harder.
Yeah, we're trying to work out what's the best aesthetic for our podcast. And obviously we're still working out where we're going with that at the moment, like what we're going to do with our podcast. But any like sort of help or advice you guys could give us would be much appreciated.
Yeah. I just thought once we've got a fake fireplace. I was just like, as you can see, but haha, jokes on you, it's a audio only. So, just a tip, if you got Netflix, there's a fireplace on there. You can put that in the background. And
It works really well for date nights as well.
Okay, dear.
No, I mean, like, I get easily distracted, and I will always, like, say if we're playing, like, a board game or something, because we quite often do that to unwind, he'll put on, like, a TV show in the background, and he's like, oh, it's a load of rubbish, so you won't like it, you won't get distracted. Even if I hate what's on the TV, I will get distracted. So, little fireplace in the background, especially this time of year where it's freezing cold. The fireplace gives the illusion that you are warm, you know?
Just because if you're going to be listening to this March, we're recording this in February and it's still really cold.
Yeah, it's freezing. I think my house was sitting at 11.5 degrees.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. Degrees Celsius for those of you not in the UK. Well,
AKA you idiot Americans. Joking.
Yeah, I think, are they the only people that use Fahrenheit?
I think so. Even Canada uses...
I think there's like maybe the US and one other country that uses Fahrenheit and the rest, like literally the rest use Celsius.
Yeah. Well, that defeats the point of this episode.
Anyway, yeah, it's freezing basically.
Like a few, like last episode, we talked about a bit about us, but we just thought, we had to, because of technical difficulties, we had to speed run the like favorite actors' books and that. What? Not books. Who reads books? Not me.
Oh mate, I read a really good book recently.
Oh, that is a nice segue to just giving us a chat about what we're obsessed with, what we like a bit more.
Yeah, basically due to our technical difficulties, we weren't able to do the last podcast that we actually wanted to do today. So we're just going to waffle at you guys. That's the plan.
We should call this
waffle segment.
Waffle time.
Oh, it's a shame I don't actually have waffles.
Oh, that'd be a good segment. Well, yeah. Tell me about your book.
Oh, it was just a good book.
Oh, cool.
No, it was this book. I think it was called Stalker.
Oh.
And basically, I read it, I say recently, I read it when I went to Prague.
That's recent.
It wasn't really that recent. But basically, it was about this couple who went on like a honeymoon in like an island just off Scotland. And it was meant to be like a secluded island, and they like had hired out the whole place. Yeah. And then they realised that there was someone on the island with them. And basically, I'm going to just give away the story. As the story progressed, like this dude like cuts off the electricity, cuts off the heating, cuts off like, you have like cold water. It's like It's August, but in Scotland you can imagine that is freezing. So and then steals all their food, like basically starves them, freezes them, like all that. And they have no way to get back to the mainland because he also cuts the phone line and mobile connection doesn't work there. And as the story progresses, the partner, he decides to like investigate, find this bloke, and basically, you don't really know what his plan is when he finds him. And based on like newspaper clippings and stuff like that, you figure out that he's probably the last owner of the land who, like, basically all of his family got killed and he disappeared.
Yeah.
And no one could find him. So they speculate that actually it was him all along. What's it? I'm really not selling this very well. And then, like, right at the end, I think it is, I'm skipping probably quite a bit, you find out when the partner gets trapped in a bear trap while it's trying to shoot the other guy, so trying to shoot the stalker, you find out the stalker's a female, is close friends with the woman, and then it turns out that he is an abusive partner, and the woman retells parts of the story from her perspective because you hear most of it from his perspective.
Yeah.
So you hear parts of the story from her perspective, and you know, like the bits where he's like, oh, she's limping or she's running slowly, like I wish she would be quicker. It's because he's hurt her and she can't run that fast. And basically, the stalker, quote unquote, is friends with the woman, but the stalker is that bloke's ex. He thought he'd killed her and left her for dead, and he hadn't. You should see her face right now. He hadn't, like, the stalker, he thought he'd killed her and left her for dead, but he hadn't. And then she managed to track down where he was now with his new partner, and they created this whole elaborate scheme.
Wow.
Like, it is mental. Like,
I can imagine reading that or watching that, be like...
Literally, Noah turned around to me and was like, you've just seen a plot twist, haven't you? Because my face was literally, like, hanging open. But the thing is, it's not one of those, it came out of nowhere.
It's built
when
up.
you think back to the rest of the book, you're like, oh, my God. So, like, at one point, the main woman, she is crying because her mum died shortly before their trip. Yeah. And he's a bit like, oh, come on, you know... Like, why are you not over that yet? But when she's retelling it from her story, he's being a proper prick about it. It's because he killed her mum. Yeah.
Shock face right now for those who can't see, or what everybody can't see.
Honestly, it's a really good book. And it was literally, I think my mum got it in a charity shop, this book. If I find it, we'll put the link below for you. But it's a really, well, actually, you already know the ending. But it's a really good read, so recommend it to other people. I really enjoyed it. And there's actually a sequel to it, so we bought the sequel, so I need to read that now. But I hadn't read in years. And then I was going to Prague, and I was like, oh, you know, I don't really know what I'm going to do on the plane. And my mum went, here you go, and just shoved a few books at me. And yeah.
Nice.
I love a good story. You can get right into it.
Oh, but like I said last week, I've been obsessed with fucking Supernatural. And
oh, yeah.
I can't believe I didn't watch this when I was a kid. It is all the shit I like. I made a TikTok about it, and I was just like, good looking guys, supernatural. What supernatural creatures what have I got to lose? Like, I've been obsessed. And considering that I've got a thing about if it has more than like a few seasons. This has got 15. And I'm like, so far it hasn't been a bummer. Each season I watched, I'm like, okay.
What season are you on?
5 or 6.
Ah.
What season have you been dabbling?
Honestly, so I watched the first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Was really, really enjoying it. I think this was years back now.
Yeah.
It might have been like when Amazon Prime was first being a thing or something like that. because I just pressed play and let it play through. Realised I was on season 2. And then I stupidly pressed a little drop down menu to see how many seasons there were.
No.
Realised there was like, I think at the time there was 12.
Yeah.
And when, no, I can't do that. And immediately lost interest because I don't think I can knowingly commit to something like that. My brain just goes, nope. But if I didn't know there was that many seasons, I reckon I could binge watched it. Like, I reckon I would have.
I need to force you to rewatch it. We'll rewatch it together and give us something to chat about.
I think Noah's watching it at the moment, so I'm seeing the odd episode when he's watching it. So, like, I kind of have a vague idea of what's going on.
What season is Noah on?
3, I think.
Okay.
I think he's on season 3.
No way. Oh, but another one I think is similar. It's called Grimm.
I've not seen that one.
Oh, it's like, imagine Supernatural with fairy tales, but he can see these creatures and he's inherited the family thing, but he didn't know, and he's a grown-ass man who's a police detective, and so he's seen these creatures and he's like a Grim Reaper type of character, but he's a human. So all these fairy tale characters who are like blending, just like Supernatural, but like for fairy tale characters or creatures. I don't know, like, you know, the Grimm brother type of situation.
Yeah.
That, and I've been obsessed with that a few years ago, but I didn't have the. I only watched like a couple of episodes, and I think if you like Supernatural, that's another progression, and I think that's a good one. And I think there's only like 7 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like Supernatural, a bit like Lucifer in the fact that
Lucifer's a good show.
yeah, and he's attractive, but that.
Have you finished Lucifer?
I lost interest. The last thing I remember, I don't even know.
Lucifer's ending pissed me off. It was horror. It was rubbish.
Yeah.
Rubbish.
Yeah, but like I love the Supernatural shit. But yeah, we should definitely watch it. You need to get on Supernatural.
I think there's just too many episodes.
No, but like
I'm not sure I can do it. I don't actually watch an awful lot of TV at the moment.
I know you like that, but it's like the thing is, right? Supernatural is good enough that you can't watch in the background because it's like, who did it? Dean and Sam are off to kill some sort of creature, but then you have the plot overline as well that are weaved, but it's like, who did it? But like from the short time you watched it, are you a Dean girly or a Sam girly? Because that is a top priority.
I was Dean at the time.
Dean's a bit, yeah, I know. I don't know. First I was like, I'm a Sam girly, and then Sam got a bit whiny, and I was just like,
Yeah, that's what put me off. So I think I wouldn't choose any of them.
Yeah,
like,
realistically.
If there was like a third option, I would not choose any of them. But if I had to
they're
choose,
so damaged. I'm like,
yeah, if I had to choose one of them, I'd choose Dean. But like, let's be real, I would not be choosing any of them.
I wish you watched it because there is a plot line where he actually lives a normal life, Dean, and it's so upsetting. Not in a bad way, but like he was living with this woman and it's not his. Well, basically, it was like, what if Dean didn't have the life that he was? And it was heartbreaking. They got dragged back into it, and I was just like, oh. But then again, when you gradually watch it, you realise the baggage that his father put on him. Like, you protect Sammy, you have to protect yourself and do this, and I'm just like, bro didn't even have a chance to be a kid. And I think as you keep progressing through the season, you see that Dean has just got a facade of a big man. You know what I mean?
Big man.
You know what I mean? Like a higher lady, like the player act is just an act.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Mate, that was a good one. Are you ever gonna watch it?
yeah, you and Rebecca keep telling me, but then you're like, you have to watch in this timeline, otherwise it won't make sense. And I'm just
no, you don't. You can just watch it in order.
I don't know. I think if I like Supernatural, I'd definitely like Buffy because it's like, but it's just like.
Buffy is like, no, don't get me wrong, it's supernatural but 90s cringe.
Oh yeah, but that's what you expect, then, isn't it?
So I really enjoyed it, but there's a plot line way on in the series where someone dies and they bring that person back.
Oh, Supernatural does that fucking all the time, and it gets to the point, what is the stake? Like,
there's no stakes here. But they revive a couple of people, but this one person in particular is like really depressed when they come back, and they're like, aren't you happy like you came back to life? Like, because the last person they revived was really happy to be alive again, because when they were dead they said it was just all darkness and all black.
Yeah.
And this person said, no, I was surrounded by light and my family.
Oh.
So they'd actually ripped this person out of heaven to bring them back to earth. And when everyone, because it was like a truth episode where they couldn't lie. And I think they said, they couldn't lie. So they end up blurting out, I was in heaven. I was with my family that I'd lost, because they'd lost quite a few members of their family during the duration of the series. And just, that was a plot twist for everyone. Like, I think I was watching it with Rebecca maybe at the time.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what?
Well,
what
at least with Supernatural, I know both of the Winchester brothers go to hell, but still.
Well, yeah, honestly.
Yeah. Oh my god, do you remember our crochet obsession? And we haven't even bothered finishing our plushie.
I know, I really need to finish that off.
For you, so just to add to context, so we got obsessed with crochet at the same time, and Tia bought some crochet like plush toys, like you have to crochet in.
It's like a little crochet kit, and it gives you the right amount of yarn and like instructional videos. It was actually a really good kit.
But then the thing is, we did half, and then we sent videos back each other. And mine's meant to be a fox, but it looks like a potato because it hasn't got ears or a tail, and Tia's got a dinosaur. But the thing is, it's not that I lost interest. I don't know if it's being undiagnosed with ADHD that I lose interest quite quick. I did that with Criminal Minds. I didn't hate it. But then I had the urge to stop watching.
Do you have this thing where, like, all it takes is one little thing and you're like, no?
Yeah.
Like, no more. Like,
I have to know the ending. It's like, if it's a show that it's been out, I can't tolerate not knowing stuff. And then it's like, I Googled that because I'm watching Supernatural, like I keep saying it, like. But the thing is, there was this thing that happened. I was like, is he going to backstab him or is he good? And then I was just like, I can't be uneasy, so I'm like, is he good or bad? And then I'm like, okay, it's alright. Then I kept watching it, but like... I'm
a bitch for it. If I'm ever watching a TV show with Noah, he's like, don't Google the ending. Don't Google the ending. I can't help myself.
Yeah.
Every time I'm watching a long-form TV show, I have to Google what happens. I have to. I don't think it ruins... sometimes it does.
Yeah.
But a lot of the time, it doesn't ruin it for me.
Yeah. I don't mind if I get ruined, but I prefer watching it when it comes out because then I have to wait with it.
Oh, I loved when we were watching
Super programs?
WandaVision.
Yeah.
WandaVision, because of the weekly format and the speculating. Like, we'd watch the episode together. This was during lockdown, wasn't it? So we did the watch parties on Disney Plus, which... please bring those back. We miss them. They had the watch parties in Disney Plus, and we'd watch an episode together, and afterwards we'd spend like 2 hours on a call speculating what we think it all means. We had nothing else to do with COVID, but like it just caused so much like
happiness.
Interest. Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Oh, and I think as well, like what I like when we watch Reddit stories by Smosh, and we're just like, like legit.
I love reacting to Reddit stories because some of them are so outlandish as well.
And Smosh do the best thing of they get the best ones.
Honestly.
I think how you introduced you that, then we start watching them together and we're like, oh.
We love giving our own take on it, like
Yeah.
what we do in that situation.
Basically, you're an asshole.
Am I the asshole?
Oh, that sounds so weird in an American accent. Whenever they say it, because they're American, I'm just like, asshole. A-hole.
Arsehole.
Arsehole. Thank God we're not monetized. Just imagine.
Imagine. We would not be monetized for this.
I think when I was young, I used to be obsessed with Skittles. It got to a point when I was in secondary school, we had Secret Santa in the, the form classes with the mixed years, and somebody bought me. It was like we had probably £5 budget, £5 worth of Skittles, and I was
Amazing.
like, bruh. I think
Do you ever see those TikTok videos where you have a whole party of people?
The trauma buckets. Where they put the candy in the bucket.
Yeah. And there's always one person who is really stingy.
The small packs.
Yeah, there's always someone. And the comments is always such and such really was stingy with those squashies or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like they'd be so fun to make.
Oh, have you seen the ones where it's they do instead of saying, oh, I'm Sarah, I bought the Skittles, they do the trauma and then dump it. They do that. Oh, have you heard the trend of the Hear Me Out cake? Where there is basically, hear me out, this guy's attractive, but it's unconventional, not a typical one. And then they just stick the picture of it on a cake, using a skewer. And I'm just who's you think is attractive but unconventional? What would be good looking is not hear me out. It's that person Glenn Powell or Timothy Chalamet, which I don't think is on mine.
There's a massive thing for him, and I don't see it personally.
You know what? Whenever it's the Graham Norton show, I'm just what drugs did you take?
Graham Norton?
You know when Timothy Chalamet's on Graham Norton?
Oh, I've never seen it.
I just feel what drugs have you taken? And I don't know. I think he's an okay actor.
He seems to have a good range.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't fault him as an actor. I haven't seen him in Little Women. I've seen him in Lady Bird. But then I think he's a good actor.
He's meant to apparently play a good Willy Wonka.
I don't know. I found it when he's in Dune and he's I'm the king of Arrakis or whatever. I don't remember.
I could never get on with Dune. So
I fell asleep.
I tried to watch the first one and it bored the hell out of me. And apparently the second one's really good, but because I didn't like the first one, I just can't bring myself to watch the second one.
I think as well. Out of science fiction, Dune is meant to be intelligent, you know how you got different categories of sci-fi, and I feel Dune is confusing to me.
No, I had a friend watch.
I was what the hell is a Benny General?
A what?
What is those the ones that are they're they look like nuns and they're they have the whisper and they've got a stupid name a Benny Gesserit? I don't know, but if I read the Dune books, I would be so confused. Okay, you got Arrakis and the House of Atreides and his name Billy Paul. Can we I don't understand that.
What?
How a character in the Dune universe can be called Paul. Isn't that his name? I don't know, but I'm just going off from one. But yeah, I don't...
Yeah, Dune I could just never get behind. I just couldn't do it.
I think I'm more of a fantasy than sci-fi. Fantasy and dragons and fairies.
I think for me it just depends. It depends how they do it.
Because I think high concept sci-fi confuses the hell out of me. I think Star Wars is easier to understand.
I don't know what it was. You would have thought I'd like Star Wars and Star Trek. I know they're two different things, but you would have thought
Yeah,
I'd
but
like
then
all
that's
that.
sci-fi.
But I literally do not. Like I don't. I
enjoy Star Wars.
They don't interest me.
I enjoy Star Wars because, but I'm not into the lore, and I'm just like I don't care. It's just bad, evil lightsabers. But Skeleton Crew, that is like. Have you ever watched a movie called The Goonies, where it's like?
Yeah, I love the Goonies.
It is basically Star Wars meets Goonies and kids finding pirates, but in the Star Wars universe. I really enjoyed it, and I think you would. But it's less of like dark side, this and that. But it's like if Goonies were in the Star Wars, it was really good. But it's just like I do not care about Star Wars lore. I
like X-Men. X-Men's good.
Yeah. Have you? Yeah, the X-Men's good. I still can't believe Cyclops is bloody James Marsden. Like, I don't know why does James Marsden come up in majority of our episodes. I don't know why.
It's only you bringing him up, love.
Hey, but like you don't realise he's everywhere till you realise he's everywhere.
That's generally how it goes.
27 Dresses. Sonic.
Oh yeah, I forgot it was in Sonic.
He was Bleed, Cyclops, Bunny, the Bunny one, Enchanted, Hairspray.
Oh, Enchanted is a good film. Didn't I force you to watch that?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I even watched the second one on my own.
I knew you were going to enjoy it.
Yeah, that's my shit.
Wait, haven't I actually got you on quite a few?
Yeah.
What, Enchanted?
27 Dresses.
27 Dresses, The Proposal.
Unfortunately, The Notebook. Holiday, because you bought it
The
me.
Holiday, yeah.
27 Dresses, because you bought it me. Quite a few.
Yeah, which is crazy because you're like the romancy rom-com person.
But the thing is, I'm more into Korean dramas than I am American rom-coms. If I think what I consume is more of the Korean dramas, which is like love shit, but I prefer a K-drama. You know what? I don't understand my brain why. I can't watch a 2-hour movie, but I can binge watch 16 episodes an hour long.
No, I get that though because it has its own breaks if you think about it.
Yeah.
Like, I hate having to pause a movie to go and do something.
Yeah. But then again, it just makes no sense that I can spend 16 hours on something and I can't even bother with a 2-hour movie. It's like, in my household, it's like, oh, I thought you were the film person. I was like, no. Like...
We did television production, not film.
Oh, it annoys me as well. Like... Yeah, it just annoys me. I'm not... Did I ever say that? And then again, my mum thinks I'm a photographer, which I never said I am. Mum was like, you take terrible pictures. I'm like, I know. Did I say I was a photographer? You know what, I'm getting distracted by this fireplace. It's so mesmerising. Well, we do apologise for the technical difficulties. Oh my god, I didn't even talk about Ryan Gosling in the half an hour we've been recording.
How have you managed to avoid talking about Ryan Gosling?
James Marsden and Ryan Gosling are always in my conversation. You know, once you know James Marsden is a lot of things, then you see him everywhere.
Should we Google how many places he's in?
He's in a new, I don't know what the programme is, but I keep seeing him do a press junket for something TV-wise. I forgot he was in Hairspray. But the thing is, yeah, what he does is always... yeah, we do love James Marsden in this household till you realise he's everywhere. Whilst we Google that, thank you for listening, and we do apologise for the technical difficulties.
I don't know. Oh, you all smell.
See, you can't see her face, and now she's being rude to you guys. What do you say about that? Goodbye. Adios. Vamonos. Dora. Dora. Dora the Explorer. Goodbye. Best friend, life lesson. Nope. Got it confused again. Bye bye. Vámonos.